Beneath the endless African sky, where the great Kilimanjaro rises like a titan's throne, there lived a people who knew the secrets of the gods. They spoke of a legend, whispered from generation to generation, a prophecy of a warrior who would never perish, a guardian chosen by the spirits of the land. One shall rise beneath the blood moon, marked by the spirit of the lion, the elders had said. He shall know no death, no aging, no end. But his path shall be lonely, and his heart shall bear the weight of eternity. And so, on the night of a rare red moon, as the mountain winds roared and the stars flickered like the watchful eyes of ancestors, a child was born. His mother, a healer, named him Shindi, meaning the victor. From an early age, he was unlike the others. He could outrun gazelles, lift stones that grown warriors struggled to move, and fight with a natural instinct that baffled even the village's greatest hunters. But the true test of his destiny was yet to come. Chapter 1. The Trial of the Lion Spirit. At the age of 18, Shindi was chosen for the sacred test of warriors, the rite of the lion spirit. A test so dangerous that many had entered, but none had returned. His task was to venture deep into the forbidden caves of Kilimanjaro and retrieve the golden feather of the mountain eagle, said to be a gift from the gods themselves. The village gathered to witness his departure. His mother, tears in her eyes, placed a charm around his neck. "This will not save you from death," she whispered, "but it will remind you of where you come from." With nothing but a spear, a water skin, and his courage, Shindi stepped into the mouth of the mountain. Inside, the air grew thick, heavy with the breath of unseen spirits. Shadows danced along the walls, and a deep growl echoed in the darkness. He pressed forward, his heart steady, until he reached an ancient stone altar. Upon it lay the golden feather. But before he could grasp it, the ground trembled. A massive figure emerged from the shadows, a lion, but unlike any he had ever seen. It stood taller than an elephant, its mane glowing like molten gold, its eyes burning with divine fire. "Who dares take the gift of the gods?" The lion's voice boomed, shaking the cavern walls. Shindi, though awed, did not falter. "I am Shindi, son of the land. I seek this gift not for myself, but to prove my worth as protector of my people." The lion circled him, its gaze piercing. "Many have come before you. All have fallen. You will be no different. Then let me prove you wrong." With a deafening roar, the lion lunged. Chapter 2. The Gift and the Curse. The battle was fierce. Shindi fought like a man possessed, his spear striking true, but the lion was relentless. Claws slashed, teeth snapped, and every time Shindi thought he had the upper hand, the beast came back stronger. Then, in one swift motion, the lion pounced, its claws sinking into Shindi's chest. He gasped, feeling the warmth of his own blood, the cold grasp of death creeping in. But death did not take him. Instead, a strange warmth spread through his body. The wound sealed itself before his very eyes. The pain vanished. He stood, whole and unscathed. The lion stepped back, watching him with knowing eyes. "You are chosen," it said. "You shall never age, never fall in battle. But beware, the price of eternity is loneliness." Shindi took the golden feather. The lion, its duty fulfilled, faded into mist. When he emerged from the cave, his people gasped. He had done the impossible. He had survived. But the true test had only begun. Chapter 3. The Curse of Time. Decades passed. Then centuries. Shindi watched as his people thrived, and as they faded. His mother, his friends, his village, they all grew old, while he remained the same. Generations came and went, and the world changed around him, but he remained bound to the mountain, forever young, forever strong. He fought wars, protected his homeland, became a legend whispered across the lands. But with every victory, he felt the burden of his immortality grow heavier. Then came the day when a darkness unlike any other rose from the depths of history. Chapter 4. The Rise of Nzoka, the Serpent King. In the farthest reaches of the land, an ancient evil stirred. Nzoka, the Serpent King, had once been a man, a sorcerer who sought dominion over all. Banished by the gods, he had been sealed away beneath the mountains for centuries. Until now, Nzoka emerged with an army of shadow creatures, beings made of darkness itself. His presence alone poisoned the land. Rivers turned black, crops withered, and those who looked into his eyes saw their worst fears come to life. The people of Kilimanjaro cried out for their protector, and Mshindi answered. The battle was unlike any he had faced before. His strength, his speed, nothing could harm the shadows. No blade, no spear could touch them. You cannot kill what does not live. Nzoka mocked. Even you, immortal warrior, will bow before me. For the first time in centuries, Mshindi felt something unfamiliar. Chapter 5. The Sacred Blade of the Sun. Desperate, Mshindi sought out Mama Nia, the last of the ancient seers. Nzoka's darkness cannot be slain by mortal weapons, she told him. But there is one thing that can. She spoke of a lost relic, the Blade of the Sun, forged in the heart of Kilimanjaro, imbued with the fire of the gods. Mshindi ventured deep into the mountain once more, facing spirits, riddles, and trials that tested not his strength, but his soul. After days of struggle, he found it, a blade glowing like the dawn, pulsing with celestial energy. And with it, he returned for the final battle. Chapter 6. The Last Battle and the Warrior's Watch. The clash between Mshindi and Nzoka shook the land. The blade of the sun cut through shadow as if it were fire through mist. The Serpent King roared in fury, his dark army crumbling before the blade's divine light. With one final strike, Mshindi drove the sword through Nzoka's heart. The darkness was gone. The land was safe. And yet, Mshindi remained. As the centuries stretched on, he became more myth than man, a silent guardian watching from the peaks of Kilimanjaro. But the people believe, even now, that when darkness rises once more, the immortal warrior shall return.